everybody, all the friends, family, lovers, scorned exes, to another episode of The Great Mistake. My name is Graham Rogers, and with me, as always, is our all-natural, no-hair product co-host and band leader, Mr. Gerard Bauer.
Yeah, welcome to Nacho Week.
Welcome to Nacho Week. You know, pull out a bag of nachos you had sitting in your purse for a bit. You know, pull out a sweet potato fry. We're getting frisky today. We're going. Dude, recently I've been jealous of inanimate objects. What was that? Inanimate objects. Okay, this is where my train of thought went through. Hear me out, right?
Jealous of trains.
Jealous of trains.
Okay.
Inanimate objects, right? So I was at a stoplight, and everyone here has encountered a stoplight if you're legal driving age.
Just paint a picture for me for those of us who have not seen stoplights.
For those that maybe live in North Korea, they don't have stoplights.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's just Kim Jong saying, stop, go.
Stop, go.
Stop, go. But I was at a stoplight, right? And I go, damn, it must be nice. It must be nice to only have 3 emotions. Your whole life is just 3 emotions. You have stop, you have go, and then whatever the hell yellow means. And then that brought the question, what does yellow mean to me? What does yellow mean to you? Dude, I was talking to a friend, yellow meant getting hit by a 2010 Ford Taurus. You know, but yellow is kind of like my chance to decide my fate. Let's live on yellow. What do you think, yellow, what does yellow mean to you, Mr. Gerard? A yellow light.
It means YOLO. It means take your life into your own hands. This is all you. This is your time for autonomy.
This is your time. Yellow lights is free will.
Exactly.
Can we firmly say that?
Represents free will and the individual right to bear arms.
Right? Now, can a society survive on just a yellow light? I don't know, but I would like to see that society. Maybe a microcosm society, maybe a classroom project. Teachers, one day kids get to class, the whole class is yellow, and you say, you decide.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a kid running out, you know, pooping in the toilet, yellow light. There's a kid still sitting at his desk, yellow light. There's a kid that's calling Gerard. It's Gerard's kid. He doesn't even know he has a kid. Yellow light.
Whoops.
Yellow is too much for some people. Yellow is like the Cheesecake Factory of colors. Too many options, too many choices. Let's live on yellow, baby. And stop signs, okay? No offense. They need a makeover.
Okay.
Can I get a Yahoo?
Yahoo!
Once again, we're visual creatures, right? We see beauty, we see ugly, we see despair, we see lots of colors. We see clouds sometimes. An octangle? Is that what they're called? An octagon.
Yeah.
What? Octangle.
An octagon tangle.
An octagon tangle.
Octopus. That's the Latin word.
It's a tentacle. It's an octopusy tentacle. Mm-hmm. In Sweden, that country somewhere over there in the icebergs, you know, that cold country Sweden.
In the fjords.
In the fjords, lots of blondes, lots of light pubic hair over there. Woo! But dude, their stop signs are a perfect circle. Last time I checked, perfect circle is perfect for me. What do you think? Rough around the edges octangle? Or do you want a nice smooth circle?
I don't understand the point of the octagon. You have all these obtuse angles.
I don't like obtuse angles. Give me a...
Who likes that?
No.
A triangle? Now that's strong angles.
Those are
pyramid.
strong. Yeah.
Pyramids are triangles.
You can stack a lot of weight on the base of a pyramid. You can't stock a lot of weight on an octangle.
I don't even know what is an octagon in real life. Besides a stop sign, what else is an octagon?
The Pentagon is an octagon.
The Pentagon is a 5-sided octagon.
Yes.
so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
8 sides. What has 8 sides?
Tentacles.
Those are just 8 things.
8 things.
Each tentacle has 2 sides, so technically 16 sides.
16 sides. That's a sextingalon.
Yeah.
What? See, that's another thing. Like, they just made up this octagon wasn't even a shape before stop sign.
Right.
And then some guy, probably Hubert Octagon, came around.
Exactly. He's like, I want something named after me.
Yep.
So let's make all stop signs octagons.
Yeah.
And the octagon name lives on forever.
And that's the thing. Back in the day, you could do stuff like that. Now there's committees and joint chief of staffs.
Right.
But back in the day, you could just say, hey, this thing is mine. It's so new.
I made it up.
I made it up.
My name is Howard Kleenex, and these are Kleenexes.
Beautiful. And we use them today, always. But like, I think about if Howard Octagon was like more of a Ricky Martin type character. What if he was, I don't know, like, what if he invented the stop sign after he just went out to the dance club? I don't think it would be so rigid and stiff and red. I think it'd be a lot more colorful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe violet and rosé colors. It may even be a cloud shape. Maybe each stop sign is its own shape. What about that, Hubert?
Ooh.
Right?
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Now, what if we could get rid of the octagon by somehow proving Henry Octagon was a slave owner, or he was a rapist?
I think he was both. And that's why he was so angry, and that's why he wanted people to stop all the time. Stop and let me put my hands on you. Stop and let me do your bidding. The guy that invented the stop sign, Henry Octagon, was a no man. He was a stop, listen to me. That's what stop signs are. Stop, listen to me.
Fascist.
And think about this. When I'm at a stop sign, I feel that I am being held against my will and being raped. I want to go. But someone or something is saying, you can't. You have to slow down for me to get in your ass. Get in your ass. You know what maybe we could do? A digital stop sign that plays reruns of Everyone Loves Raymond. And he's going, stop,
Hey, stop.
Hey,
What are you doing? Hey,
You know?
Hey, everybody. My name's Raymond, and everybody loves me.
I think that's better than what we have now.
Hey, if you want to stop at the stop sign, you can. But you also don't have to stop by the stop sign, ma.
I locked my keys out of my car this week.
Whoops.
Not okay. Especially because I had my 9-month-old nephew in the back seat. Luckily, it was hot outside and the windows were rolled up. I didn't want him to get cold. I didn't want him getting cold.
Keep him roasty toasty.
But dude, I haven't made this mistake in a long time, and I have to say, it gave me a second to pause and observe the world around me. I was going into the gas station to, I think just to go in and talk to the attendant, just to say hello. I do that, kind of a charitable guy in that way.
So you pulled up to gas station.
I pulled up to a gas station. I
saw this guy who clearly needed some social interaction.
Yes.
And of a high quality, hence you.
Exactly.
Okay.
His name was Shareem. And it's kind of like my public service. You know, some people give to foundations, nonprofits, but let's do the real boots on the ground.
Do the work.
Let's go talking to random strangers working at random jobs.
Oh, you're like that Toyota guy.
Dude, or the helpful Honda guy.
Oh, the helpful Honda. That's right. Toyota's Terrible people. Terrible Toyota guy and the helpful Honda guy.
Exactly.
The Toyota guy comes up and like bumps into you and spills a Pepsi into your, the center console where it gets all
the
sticky.
Worst. Yeah, it gets you'll get electrocuted.
Terrible Toyota guy. Yeah.
So me and Shareem are having this amazing conversation. He's telling me all about his life. He's teaching me how to speak Bengali.
Ooh.
Okay, just
You're a Cincinnati Bengals fan?
yes,
Okay.
yes. He loves go big or go home. Go Bengals, go Tingle Bengals. And he goes, you know what, sir, you're such a nice man. I'm gonna give you a Red Bull. He knew I was going in there to get a Red Bull. And he actually had it at the counter.
Wow, he didn't just guess looking at your hair and being like, this guy wants a Red Bull to go with his hair?
Dude, he was so nice. He let me put my credit card into the machine and pay for it. That's how nice this guy was.
Wow. That's service, man.
That's service, yeah. And then he asked if I wanted anything else, and I was like, no, I appreciate talking to you. So I'd go out and have this Red Bull that this guy gave me for $4 that I paid for. It's a really sweet, sincere gift. He doesn't do that just for anybody. And I go into my car and I pull the doorknob and it doesn't respond. I'm like, this is strange. Is this locked? And now all of a sudden I'm kind of looking around and I'm like, oh, it's getting dark.
Ooh.
I'm not in a great part of town.
Door is locked.
The door is locked.
And where are your keys?
Right in the center console where the fucking terrible Toyota guy put them. Yeah, because I drive a Prius also.
Terrible Toyota guy came out.
Yeah. Oh, the worst. So now I'm stuck with the Red Bull. I already drank the Red Bull. Now I'm getting anxiety because I was thinking Red Bull and fun driving.
You were about to go snowboarding, surfing,
hang gliding. I was about to build a new freeway, parkour.
Any of those things.
I was going to drink water also that day. I was planning on drinking a gallon of water. Not right now, though. Why? Because I'm locked out of my car in a bad part of town. Also known as Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. The city of angels.
The city of angels.
Oh, sorry. The city of angels.
And so, it's funny. The moment you get locked out of your car, all of a sudden, you're in flight or fight mode. All of a sudden, you kind of get street.
Yeah. Your hair on the back of your neck goes up.
Oh, my cackles were up.
Yeah.
I was also catcalling. And then I was like, damn, I may freeze out here. It's 72 degrees. I may freeze.
Yeah, you'll get hypothermia after like
damn straight
80 hours in 72 degree weather if you're wet and not wearing any clothes.
Yeah, and that was gonna happen because not only was it getting cold, it was also really hot.
Oh.
So I had to take my clothes off. It was on and off.
Exhausting.
Which next point got me to a point of exhaustion. And I was so exhausted that I could still stand on my own 2 feet.
Yeah.
Have you ever been so exhausted that you can still kind of think and function normally?
But you're really tired?
Yeah. And so I check and, I go around to each door. And each door is saying, no. It was like I was being stop signed in my own car.
Ooh.
Hubert freaking Octagon was stopping me at all angles.
Laughing at you from his grave that was definitely built by slave labor.
Definitely. And so then I look at my dry, cackly, unearthed phantom hands and I go, I may have to break a fucking window. I may have to punch a bitch. And by bitch, I mean a window.
Window bitch.
But the thing is, dude, I didn't have my boxing gloves with me.
Oh, yeah.
They were in the car also. And I don't have insurance to cover a broken hand.
What about a broken window?
Possibly. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So I'm like, so I'm kind of like elbowing the windows.
Oh. Yeah.
kind of like,
Elbows are pretty pointy and hard.
pretty pointy and hard. But my windows, very strong.
Also, you got your funny bone in there, and if you injure that, you won't be able to do stand-up comedy.
Exactly.
So you got to be careful.
You'll exhaust it. Also, people die of laughter. Have you heard of dying of laughter?
Absolutely.
If you hit your funny bone hard enough, it can happen. So I'm all out of options. At one point, I even go underneath my car. I'm like, maybe I'll crawl up. Guess what? You can't do that. Have you heard of a chassis, dumbass Graham?
Yeah, you can't. You were gonna try to do the air vent thing,
I was gonna air vent
John
my own car.
McClane. Yeah, Die Hard. But
No.
yeah, the air vents are not big enough.
Not big enough. So then I go, oh, my sunroof. And here's the thing. I don't have a sunroof.
Ooh.
Can't do that. I was like, do I cut my own sunroof? I didn't have scissors. I left my scissors at home. I'm stuck with nothing.
No options right now.
No options. Food full of good, healthy breakfast, but besides that, starving.
Starved. You haven't eaten in over, what, 2 hours?
I would say maybe hour and a half tops.
Oh, okay.
And I had a really good, nutritious breakfast. I had a smoothie with a lot of acai and fresh.
You'll die if you don't eat every 3 hours.
Exactly. And, I go, what do I do? There is looking around, it's, the people are starting to look at me.
Oh, yeah. They know that you're like, this guy.
Is
locked out of his car.
Locked out of the car, dude.
He's getting desperate.
There was someone that came by with a cane and was going, rubbing his cane against my car.
Just
very exactly like that. It was he probably 98-year-old man, but he could have been a baby.
For all we know, it could have been disguises.
It was multiple disguises.
It's Hollywood, baby. Everybody's wearing a disguise.
Everyone's wearing a disguise. So, there was someone that lit a small fire. Someone was roasting quesadillas, and they're sitting on my car. They're roasting over my car. Things are getting wild.
Yeah.
At this point, it's.
Has it gotten dark yet?
It's 2:30 in the afternoon, so it's really
the sun is really starting to dip down.
Yeah, it's
casting shadows.
Yeah, and this is in West Hollywood, right off Sunset. Really, not good area.
Yeah.
So then I look over and I see that connected to this gas station is a key shop and a lock repair.
Wow.
A locksmith.
A locksmith.
So I go, yes. So I go, what luck?
What luck?
I go over there, get the number. I have my phone also. So, if I didn't have that, really screwed. But luckily I had a phone capable of calling anybody to help. But
yeah. How's the reception though?
Spotty at best. And no Wi-Fi. Thanks, Chevron.
No public Wi-Fi.
No public Wi-Fi. I was in a heap of danger. The quesadillas were being made. The guy was whistling. I call the lock key. It's 2:30. It's bright. It's beautiful outside. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's getting dark soon. I call the locksmith and he goes, hello? I go, yeah, man, I'm actually right outside your door. Can I get a pick? And he goes, nah, man, I'm not going to be back for the rest of the day. Hangs up the phone. Doesn't even say goodbye.
Wow. Was the door locked?
The door is locked in the locksmith's place.
Dude, he's got it all figured out. Because,
he's just so smart.
Dude. Did you ask what his name was?
Yeah.
Was it Locksmith?
It was Pete Locksmith.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was Pete Locksmith, and he just wasn't. He was a dangerous man. I remember he sounded dangerous, and he sounded like, you better not call back or I'll help you get in the car on a different date. But he was in the long future, like a few hours.
Yeah, and now that you've notified him, like, oh, I'm locked out of my car right in front of your office, it's like, of course he's going to pull an inside job and be like, no, I can't do that.
No.
And he's like, why don't you walk a few blocks away and maybe there's a locksmith down there. And meanwhile, while you're doing that, he's stealing your car.
Damn, Pete Locksmith.
Dude, that's the scam of being a locksmith.
Who gives them the keys to the castle, huh?
They make them, bro.
That's fucked. They're like printing money, but keys.
Exactly.
That's fucked.
Keys are access to information. Information is power. Power is money.
Yes.
Come on, baby.
Come on. So that fails. The scene at this point is getting super hectic, okay? Someone set up a volleyball tournament at the gas station.
Wow.
Volleyballs are hitting my car. Luckily, I have very strong windows. A lot of things happening, right? There's an early Halloween party.
Oh, wow. Just
inside the gas station.
So everybody's now also wearing more disguises.
I don't know who's who or which is which.
Now, with the volleyball, was your car considered in or out of bounds?
It was if you hit the car, it's out of bounds. Yeah.
Okay, well that's a blessing in disguise.
It was. It had it been inbounds, I could have been there forever because that was the marker. It was a very important. It was LMU that was playing. You know,
and they needed to qualify for regionals.
They did. Yep. They had to go fight. So I'm out of options. At this point, I haven't eaten in 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
I haven't had anything to drink besides my Red Bull and water all day. So I look up fast locksmith and get someone on the phone. He goes, I'll be right there. I was like, thank God. And I go, how much is it? He goes, $20. I'm like, well, that's amazing.
Wow.
$20 because I literally had just deposited. Well, right now I'm cashing my checks at a cash depot place.
Okay.
It's another story, but I can't deposit my check in my bank account because my bank account's negative and it wouldn't help me survive. So
yeah, I mean but dude, you're living like a life out there on the edge right now. I mean, I think that's the moral of the story so far is you were barely hanging on to the fringes of society right now.
Barely.
You're practically
homeless.
I mean, worse. I would say.
I would say worse because I'm because
you haven't even staked out a part of the sidewalk yet.
No, and my car is
your car's been taken over. You can't even live in your car like a high class homeless person would have done.
And my phone only has like 57%. It's dying quickly.
Oh yeah.
It's done. You know.
You're on the edge.
Still no Wi-Fi. So, after a while, I'm expecting a mean, fat guy to show up in a van, a gruff guy. Instead, in a Mazda Miata, comes this beautiful girl. What? That's a change up. All of a sudden, I'm like, well, you know what? This may not be so bad after all.
I don't like the way you're setting this up, but keep going.
And so at this point, I chug the rest of my Red Bull, and I'm feeling it. Okay, she's here, and she's a car girl. She has a tattoo. She has a nose ring, and she is, she's powerful and hot.
Yeah.
And
greasy fingers,
but like hot greasy fingers.
Okay.
Like I'll let you scratch my back kind of greasy fingers.
Okay.
Like bacon grease kind of fingers. Hot. She looked like she could be a background extra in Fast and the Furious. Hot. And so, old school Graham, FOMO Graham, Lily Padden Graham goes, you know what? I do a podcast. I do stand-up. I'm confident. And I'm charming. I bet you I can charm my way out of this bill. I did not charm my way out of the bill. She charged me $230 and said, see you later, have a nice day.
Wow. Did you ever check if she was wearing a disguise?
Fuck.
Because I think that was probably the first locksmith. Because if he would have called him and he was there, he would have been like, oh, I can't really charge this guy. I'm just walking out of my shop and boop, 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 boop. He's all good. $40. But if I make him desperate,
yeah,
and I show up as a hot car girl.
And also she was coming from San Francisco, they said. So it was a long drive.
Yeah, and you
long
had to
drive.
reimburse her for the mileage.
For the mileage, 600 miles. Dude. And but also she was beautiful. Femininity, girl power. And I was like, oh, you know, and she would have kicked my ass. And I go, well, I thought it was $20. And she goes, oh, no. That's just the quote. I'm like, the quote? What are you talking about? I told you everything on the phone. She said, no. And it took 5 seconds. But now
you're doing her voice. She sounds a lot like the original Locksmith that was right down the street.
Dang it, she was.
I'm just saying.
She got me.
That this is why locksmiths need to be held accountable.
They do. Big time. This girl was 4 different people in one. She may not have been a girl. I don't know. She could have been cis.
And driving a Miata?
She was driving a Miata.
How rich do you have to be?
I know. And a convertible Miata with the top.
Convertible Miata.
With the top missing and a Chick-fil-A cup and the
Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy. And I gave her cash. I had just cashed my check. I had a sweet Gerard, like $350 for 2 weeks worth of living. And I was but here's the thing. I live in gratitude, and I was like, $350 is gonna be tight, but I'm grateful for it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll get $50 worth of groceries, I'll get some gas. Like, I'm okay, right? Like, it's tight, but I'm single. I don't have a fan. Like, I'm okay. $50 is like, I was actually grateful to have that cash on me. And then she comes, and not only does she steal my heart, she steals my cash. She left me $50 for a month's worth of living.
Yeah.
Cut to today. Now I'm the one who's begging on the street for change.
Yeah. I mean, I think, honestly, Graham, you're lucky to be alive.
I agree. It was the elements were not with me on that day. And, you know, I have to just thank the big man upstairs for getting me out of that one. It was... You know, to be here now with you is nothing short of a miracle.
Yes.
It's nothing short of a miracle. The other day, I was outside, and my neighbor was salting a slug.
Salting or assaulting?
Well, both. They go hand in hand.
Is that where the word comes from?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Pouring salt on somebody?
Assaulting your french fries, salting your french fries.
Assaulting your friends.
Yeah, exactly. But can you imagine, guys, if you were just a happy slug, you're just enjoying your day, right? Mm-hmm. You maybe go catch a movie, maybe nibble on a leaf. You have a crush, you know, another slug crush. You're like, this life is good. I'm moving at a good pace. I'm chilling. I'm vertical or horizontal. Like, I'm having a good slug day.
Get all your shit in your shell on your back.
You got all your shit. You have a good family. You know, you're maybe excited for college or slug school. You know, you're extra slimy. You know, you're having a good slimy day.
Yeah, good mucus day.
Good mucus day. Like, humans have good hair days. Slugs have good mucus days, right? Don't knock a slug's mucus day. It's beautiful, okay? And then it was a slug and his friend, and it could have been a slug and his lover, or maybe 2 old lovers. And the person, my neighbor, his name is Silk, or Slick. Slick is his name. Yeah, Slick. He poured salt on just one of the slugs, and when he did that, I just had to imagine the conversation, what was going through those 2 slugs' mind, right? Like, he's like, just having a good day, just had some coffee, and all of a sudden he's like, God, is it hot? And she's like, nah, I feel just like I did a little while ago. He's like, nah, I don't know, something kind of freaking burns a little bit. Like, I don't know. Is it what's going on in here? And she's like, are you okay? You may need to, drink some puddle water. He's like, no, I really don't. I don't feel, this is really, God, this is, A weird thing that we do to salt a slug, even though
Committing genocide on
Yeah.
animals that are less than us.
Yeah, I
Well, I guess
mean,
it's not genocide since we don't know what kind of slug they are, like racially or
No.
culturally.
well, these were North Korean slugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could tell they had little flags painted, and they were malnourished also. But just for a second, just think about seeing the world through another person or another animal or another species' eyes.
Eye stalks.
Eye stalks, and would you want to be treated like that? I've never been assaulted by a slug. I've never had any bad confrontation with a slug, and yet here we are, pouring crystal salt, beautiful salt, by the way, Mediterranean sea salt. You know, good salt, but stings even worse because it's good quality.
Yeah.
To shrivel up a slug and then to leave his wife, just going like, what the like.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I'll agree with you. You know, it's like being just struck by lightning. You're just walking along, you know, no rain in clouds in the sky, no thunderstorm clouds, and boom, zap.
Yeah.
And that's it for you.
The power greater than yourself can go exponentially either way, right?
I mean, you know, there's one slug out there who's like, you know what the problem is? You didn't pray hard enough to our gods.
Yeah.
And so God salted you.
With
Yeah. So there's one shitty slug that's out there like trying to take advantage. And it's like, you know, what you need to do is you need to come to my slug church. It's over there underneath all those trees. I mean, under the ground, because they usually hang out there. Like above ground is where they come to kind of like hang out and, you know, socialize and, you know, get a feel for what's happening. But, you know, that slug, he started a mega church underneath the garden and is like now fleecing people for their money because he says, oh, if you pray, come to my church, you're not going to get salted.
Yeah.
And only people who don't pray, like, you know, that slug, you know, here's the thing. That other slug that was with that slug wasn't his wife.
Who was it?
It was his...
The locksmith.
It was... Oh, no, not the locksmith. Thank God. Dude, that would have been so fucked up.
Wait.
No.
Who was it? Who was it?
It was the slug's gay husband. So
No
now that
way.
slug is like preaching homophobia to the other slugs as a way to say,
Burns in hell.
yeah, you're going to burn in hell if you engage in slug homosexuality
God
marriage.
damn it.
So,
What? That's what happened?
yeah. And guess what? That slug, he's not going to be out there and get salted. You know why? Because he's always in his church and people are always bringing him things because he's running his church. So he's safe underground. Meanwhile, he's sending all of his parishioners out to gather food and other things that slugs need, probably some kind of money.
But he was outside on that day.
No, well, he
was-
says he was
You know?
because he's a liar.
Come to think of it, I only saw one slug that day.
Yeah.
Just like I saw one volleyball player.
Dude, it's all
God.
fucking connected.
Can I leave on one joke? All I
right.
want to try, and
Yeah.
this could bomb, but let's try it. So, this is a crazy year, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of information, disinformation. There's a lot of debate about whether masks work.
Right.
Okay, and you know, I don't think they do because I've been wearing one the entire pandemic, and I still got herpes. Guys, that was another episode of The Great Mistake. If you like what you saw, follow me on Instagram at Gramdolph. Subscribe, listen, tell a friend. Check us out, you know. Drop me a DM. I'll always respond. I'm at that level where I got time, baby.
Yeah.
You know?
He's got nobody better to talk to.
Yeah, I ain't got no slugs to talk to. My only slug friend died a martyr, a gay
Yeah,
martyr.
he's waiting outside of his car. He locks in his keys.
Yeah.
It's like,
Come chat with me.
hit this guy up, man. He's got nothing going on.
Hit me up. I'm down to chat. If you like what you see, you know, give
Rate
rate
and
it.
review.
Rate and review. Yeah, we'll take it. hey, we're building it and we're happy you're part of the journey with us. Until that time, whenever you're listening to this, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great good night. Gerard, take him out, baby boy.
Who am I taking out?
Some more gay slugs.
All right.